お願いいたします。 Okay, welcome back. 2 more classes left before the next year. We do our usual program, starting with breathing exercises. 3 of them. Number 1, grab your thumb between index and middle finger, and exhale. And relax. Next one, starting at the outer edge, flanks of the ribs, of the rib cage. Lean forward, exhale, and bring your fingers underneath the edge of the rib cage. Not too much, you should feel comfortable, but go inside like here. Then we move slowly towards the sternum. Okay. Remember also to keep the center activated, to keep the center in mind, not losing the focus on the Sekatanden during all of the breathing exercises and nearly during all the exercises we do in general. Right hand on the chest, left hand on the center. As you exhale, put a little pressure on the stomach to keep in mind not losing the center during the process of exhalation. As you come back, you support with your right hand. The idea of supporting with the right hand, refilling the center and the lungs. Okay. Cross the fingers above the head and straight up, and exhale. Inhale. Try to not rotate the head more than the body, so the relative position of the head to the body is always the same. The torso rotates, therefore the head rotates. Okay, thanks. Stretch of the shoulder, of the upper arm. Middle finger on the spine if possible, and the lower part of the arm is exactly on the middle axis. Then you apply pressure on the elbow to increase the stretching. Cross the fingers like this, but behind your back. Okay, try to put the inside of the hands, keep contact with the inside part of the hands, then straighten the whole thing And if possible, raise the arms and the hands a little bit, but not leaning forward, not changing the position of the upper body. Alright, I'll change seat. Apply a little pressure with your elbows on the legs to push them downwards, if possible, but only as much as you feel comfortable with. Yeah, okay. One leg straight, the other one bend. Upper body rotate towards the leg and lean forward. Possible, you can also change the hand. Other leg. Rotate and forward. Other hand if possible. It sometimes is, sometimes it's not. Okay. And back to Caesar. 1 foot forward and lean back the rest of your body. Knee on the floor. So in this case the knee which is bent keeps contact with the floor. Other side. Okay. On one side. Head supported by the hands. Grab the ankle or the foot. Put a little pressure, like with an archer with arrows. And the other side. Okay. And on the back. Hands above the head. Straighten the whole body. And as we exhale, we raise head, arms and legs each. And relax. Focus on the center as you put pressure, as you raise the arms and legs and head. So the all the movement initiates at the center. It comes from here. Here is contraction, and you raise arms and legs. And relax. 2 more each. And relax. 1 more each. And relax. Okay, roll over to one side. Hands and feet do not make contact with the floor. The more you can raise the arms and legs too, the better it is. And to the other side. And on the back again. Very good. Raise the leg and pull the knee towards your chest. Keep the end of the spine on the floor, not raising your butt, and the second leg straight forward. And second one. And come up and go all the way back. Candle. And lower the legs. Try to relax. Breathe. Back to Caesar. Tikubi Numanundo. Ikkyo. Koteyashi. Second variation. And variation. Nikyo. Sankyo. Shoulders relaxed. Variation. Don't move the torso. No. Yes, other side. Variation. Yep. Yonkyo. Okay. Shihonari. Again, let gravity work for you. Relax the shoulders and the upper body. And keep in mind, having some focus on your center still. Not losing the center all the time. Hey. Ich. Ni. San. Yang. Go. Change. Ich. Ni. San. Yang. Go. Very good. Cut the sky. Don't just shake it, but this is the movement. So the cutting edge of the hands. It's like cutting the sky. Wake up the toes if necessary. Down. Back is straight. Straight forward in this case. Toes are oriented forward, not outward. A little closer. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, Kibadachi, lower the center. Again. Okay. Next, toes, feet, legs, and so on. Start with the toes. Roll them back and forth on the floor, to the side. Sometimes hurts. Okay. Stomp. Rotate. Counterclockwise, clockwise. Shake it. And kick. Other side. Toes. Stomp. Rotate. Counterclockwise and clockwise. Shake it. And kick. Okay. Swing the legs back and forth. No intention, intentionlessly, without intention. Center. Okay, as high as possible. Ideally, keep in mind it's more an exercise for keeping the balance and also for doing the kick, but side. 1, 2, 3. Very good, and feet together, open sideways, but keep the torso straight. And jump. Back and forth. Other side. And squares. What up? Triangles. Back and forth. Round spot. Okay. Koho Tendo Uno. Exercises for rolling. Okay. Change. Hit. And stand up. Okay, as me too, keep in mind to push with both feet and have the weight exactly above your feet before you start pushing, otherwise you get imbalanced, like me 2 seconds ago. So here I lower it above my feet, I go back, I go forward, wait until it's above my feet, and then push with both feet. Here, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ushirukimi, Mayukimi, on occasion, as you wish, back and forth on your own. All right. Next in line today, I want to repeat some of the weapons basics. The last classes we also did Ikkyo Undo, Shiho Undo, Kokkyuryoku and Taisabaki. This time I want to offer you just a repetition of basics like kamae and basic movements with Jo and Bokken. We start with the Jo and later on we go on to the Bokken, finishing with some suburi in Seiza. Okay. Remember, we repeat basic stances called kamae with the Jo. Basic posture is in Shisentai, heels in touch, Jo in your right hand, like you don't see the upper end above your shoulder, you hide the upper end and it's not touching the floor neither. Yeah, from here I do it diagonally so you can see better and I won't destroy furniture. So from here, this is Sage-cho, first position. Sage-cho. Cho no kamae. Tsuki no kamae. Remember holding the cho not like this, but you also slightly grab the cho from above. So your hand comes from above and the fingers mainly responsible for holding the cho are middle ring and pinky, and the thumb on the other side, the index finger, is less concerned, but nonetheless it is in touch with the cho, not spread away. Okay, and the distance here is about two fists, or if you just let hang loose the cho like the hands are hanging loose. So this distance is a good distance when it comes to changing from Shisentai to Hanmi position. I don't change it very much, maybe slightly less, but the distance here is like this. Okay, where the weight of the feet is depends very much. It can be on the front side, but as an initial movement it should be more on the rear, because the foot pushing forward for, let's say, tsuki, which this position is the basic stance before you start, for example, with tsuki, therefore it's called tsuki no kamae. So it's the most logic attack from here, or a very common one. So you push from the rear leg to advance forward. If you already have the weight on your front leg, it does not mean that it is not possible to do any movement or any kind of technique, but it's less common to have the weight here on the front foot. More it's on the rear, so the front foot is slightly supporting, making contact with the floor, but not carrying too much weight. Okay, so like this, the tip is, you can imagine, an opponent, a partner of the same stature as you have, the same height, more or less, and then the tip is pointing at the same distance, whether at between his eyes, or you can also imagine, because it's easier and less dangerous, pointing at his sternum, his chest, his upper belly. Okay. Also important is that the tip is on the middle axis, so it's not looking outwards, not looking to the sides, so the tip is on the middle axis. And if we would have two weapons, they would form kind of a triangle, where my body is 1, 2, and the tip is the third point. And if I put away the second one here, the tip is in the middle, and the rear of the cho is slightly outwards. So when I move the cho, it can easily move beside my body, not in the middle, where it cannot move, not here. Okay, so slightly on the side. Tsuki no kamae. Migi sasai no kamae. As you change from tsuki to migi sasai no kamae, try to have in mind that the tip is kind of being fixed on a flexible point. So as you move outward, the rear is being twisted upward, but the tip nearly does not change its relative position in the space. Okay, so from tsuki no kamae to migi, or right side, sasai no kamae. Here. The arms are just, the elbows are just bending. Okay. Good grip, don't open it, don't loosen it too much. Slightly light, but a good contact. Okay, back to Tsuki no kamae. Then we move on to Waki kamae. Here, when you change from Tsuki no kamae to Waki kamae, also my weight shifts to the front foot so that the rear foot is free to move backward. Okay. The cho is on your side, lightly hanging loose on your side, but not to one or the other side, so that an opponent facing you from the front side cannot see the length or cannot see perfectly the length of your weapon. So here on the side and relaxed. From Waki kamae, which is this position, we move on to Ken no kamae. Ken no kamae is like Tsuki no kamae but on the other side. And now, because the right hand is to the front and the left to the rear, it's called Ken no kamae, like holding. It's the way you normally hold a sword. You don't change hands with holding the sword, but you change it on the cho. And if you hold the cho, the right hand to the front, it's called Ken no kamae. Again, from Waki kamae, here, step forward. The front hand stays, the rear hand let go. Turn around the cho, grab the rear, grab the end, and adjust to Ken no kamae. From Ken no kamae, we move to Hidari Sasai no kamae. Same movement as to the right, we now do to the left. Now, from here, one step outwards, but still oriented towards the opponent, the imaginary opponent. Okay, and from here outward, and the tip does not change very much its relative position. From Hidari Sasai no kamae back to Tsuki no kamae, to Ken no kamae. Then Hasso no kamae, pulling the cho a little bit, put the long end to the ear, palm facing outwards. As we step back, we bring forward the longer end, we just let go and bring it up beside our head. Cho is looking straight up to the sky, not to any side, not to the rear, straight up. Okay, once again, from Ken no kamae. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Hasso no kamae. This is called Hasso no kamae. Then we go to Chodan no kamae. We just have to change the upper hand, the grip, and bring up the cho above our head. It's looking slightly to the rear, not too much. Then we go back to Ken no kamae. One step forward, and we are back to Ken no kamae. Then we go back to Tsuki no kamae with another movement. Here now we grab the complete front end of the cho. The rear hand changes to flat, palm facing outwards. As we step forward, we push the cho to the other side. Okay, from this side. Ken no kamae. 1, 2, 3. Back to Tsuki no kamae. Once again. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Tsuki no kamae. And we go back to Chono Kamae. And Sagecho. Once again. Sagecho. Chono Kamae. Tsuki no Kamae. Migi Sasai no Kamae. Tsuki no Kamae. Waki Kamae. Ken no Kamae. Hidari Sasai no Kamae. Ken no Kamae. Hasso no Kamae. Jodan no Kamae. Ken no Kamae. Chono Kamae. Tsuki no Kamae, sorry. Chono Kamae. And Sagecho. Then to repeat the katas, I only want to repeat the 13 count kata for your occasion because we did it the whole summer long. And to not forget, for me too, we repeat the 13 count kata for a moment. Okay, just for repetition, we start. Ich, ni, san, yam, go, roku, nana, hach, yu, chu, chuich, chuni, chusan. Okay, once again. Ich, ni, san, yam. Remember to turn around before the next thrust. Roku. Ich, hach, yu, chu, chuich, chuni, chusan, and I miscounted, I'm sorry. This is chusan. Okay, once again. Ich, ni, san, yam, go, roku, na, hach, yu, chu, chuich, chuni, chusan. Once again. Ich, ni, san, yam, go, roku, na, hach, yu, chu, chuich, chuni, chusan. Yep. please take your bokken and for the rest of the lesson we will do some suburi in seiza. $100 altogether. Remember, you grab the bokken. It's in your hand. It's situated in your hand. It's not looking outward, not too short. It's in your hand. These 3 fingers make contact. The thumb on the other side. You grab it from above, not from the side, not like this, but from above, so that the weapon and your bone structure unify. Okay. Same on the other side. You don't grab it from the side. You grab it from above, like this. So 3 fingers again, and the thumb are the main actors in this play. Okay, here, and the index finger. Don't put it too far along, it's just slightly making contact with the handle of the sword. Don't put the right hand too far to the front. Try to keep both hands and fingers so everything you touch is at least the part that forms the handle of the wooden weapon. In general, try to avoid having too much space in between your hands. Like this is, I don't know, does not look good. You have the fingers on the blade part, but this is better. Okay, just keep it a little closer is better. Okay. From now on, you don't have to change the grip anymore. Both hands from above, good contact with thumb and pinky ring it in, and middle finger, index slightly. Relax the shoulders, check your surroundings. Raise the sword and raise it till it makes contact with the end of your spine. Okay. Okay, and from here, go back to the middle. Okay. Ich. Ni. Sun. Yan. Go. Roku. Nana. Hutch. Q. Chu. Remember, center still activated. Try to raise and cut from in and yo, which means contraction of center and opening and closing the rib cage. And the end of the cut, never mind the end of the cut, because don't go too far, especially do not bend your wrist over its natural point end of the cut, but the cut ends where the arms make contact with your upper body, and from here on no more movement is possible except this one, and this one you should avoid. Okay? Ich. Ni. San. Yan. Go. Roku. Nana. Hutch. Q. Chu. Ich. Ni. San. Yan. Go. Roku. Ich. Hutch. Q. Chu. Ich. Ni. San. Yan. Go. Roku. Nana. Hutch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we did 100 or a little more. 20 more, including moving your upper body up and down by coming onto your knees and back. Okay. As you cut, you come up. Knee. As you cut, you go down. Sun. You raise, you do nothing, you cut, you move. Yon. Go. Roku. Nana. Touch. Q. Ju. Ich. Ni. Sun. Yan. Go. Roku. Nana. Hutch. Q. Ju. 10 more. Itch. Ni. Sun. Yan. Go. Roku. Nana. Hutch. Q. Ju. Very good. We won't quit without our breathing exercises. All together, Shisentai. Domo arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you so much, and have a nice evening.